Hello, parents. This is Miss Heisel, and today I'm going to share with you the importance of play. In my classroom, I plan to leave a lot of time for play and creativity, and today I'm going to tell you why. Play is a very important component of learning. It helps teach social skills, it helps kids to be able to deal with stress, and it helps build cognitive skills such as problem solving. All of these skills will help your child to work well in the classroom. I'm now going to explain to you the 16 different types of play and why you should encourage and allow your child to engage in them. The first type of play is symbolic play. Symbolic play is when children use objects or actions to represent other objects, actions, or ideas. This could be something like pretending that a paper towel roll is a sword. This play increases your child's imagination and creativity, which will help them to understand more abstract concepts in the classroom. Second, there is rough and tumble play. Parents often stop their children from engaging in this type of play, but it is actually very beneficial to the child, and it is completely normal behavior. It helps children to discover physical flexibility, control their bodies, and to control their emotions. Next, there is sociodramatic play. This is when children act out their own experiences, such as pretending that they are mom and dad or playing house. Through this play, your child is playing out the emotions and social roles of their own life, which can help them to regulate their real emotions and think from another's perspective. Next, there is creative play. Creative play allows children to explore, to try out their new ideas and use their imagination. This could be something like playing princesses and inputting their own ideas on how a princess would act. The imagination and creativity will help them in school when they are learning abstract ideas. Next is social play. Social play includes playing a game with others where there are set rules, such as a board game or Simon Says. This helps their social awareness and helps students to learn how to follow rules in the classroom and at home. Next is communication play. This includes play using words, such as telling jokes, acting, or playing charades. This also helps a child to develop social and communication skills, which will be helpful for them in the future. Next, there is dramatic play. Children will figure out roles to play, assign them to one another, and then act them out. This helps them to understand abstract concepts in the classroom. Then there is locomotor play. This is where children move just because they can. These are games such as playing tag or climbing trees. This helps children to gain control over their bodies and develop their gross and fine motor skills. Next is imaginative play. This is play where the conventional rules which govern the physical world do not apply, such as imagining you are a bee or pretending you have wings. This type of play encourages imagination and will help your child to understand more abstract ideas in the classroom. Next, there is exploratory play. This is play when you use your senses of smell, touch, and even taste to explore and discover the texture and functions of things around them. Often, young children explore and play in this way. This would be such as playing in sand, playing with shaving cream, any of that. This helps with fine and gross motor skills. Next, there is fantasy play. This is when a child's imagination would get to run wild, and they get to play out things that are unlikely to occur, like being a pilot or driving a car. This often helps children to explore crazy ideas and dangerous concepts in their play so that they won't have to play them out in real life. This helps with regulating emotions and it helps build their imagination. Next, there is deep play. This is play which allows the child to encounter risky experiences and conquer fear like heights, snakes, and creepy crawlies. This also helps children to explore dangerous concepts in their play so that they're able to face them in real life or so that they don't have to face them in real life. Next, there is mastery play. This is control of the physical and effective ingredients of the environment. like digging holes or constructing shelters. This is helpful for fine and gross motor skills, and it also helps to build the child's imagination and problem-solving skills. Next, there is object play. This is play which uses sequences of hand-eye manipulations and movements, like using a paintbrush. This mainly focuses on fine motor skills, but also can help the child's imagination. Next, there is role play. This is play which your child explores ways of being, although it's not normally of an intense nature like brushing with a broom, dialing with a telephone. This helps children to act out normal activities that they see in their day, so that helps them regulate their emotions and feelings towards those activities. Recapitulative play is our last type of play. This is play that allows a child to explore ancestry, history, ritual stories, rhymes, fire, and darkness. And rhymes help build phonemic awareness, and obviously, exploring ancestry and history helps build cognitive skills, and it helps children to understand their own history and ancestry. All 16 types of play are very natural for your children to engage in, and you should definitely encourage them to participate. Finally, I'm going to share with you the social stages of play. These are the stages which your child will move through, and they're all completely normal. The first stage is unoccupied play. This is the random movements that infants make with no clear purpose in the beginning of play. So this is when a little baby is just making noises, playing with the toys in front of them with no real motives. Next is solitary play. This is when young children start to play on their own, and even some older children will do this. I know even adults will do this. This is when children do not seem to notice other children sitting or playing nearby during this type of play. So this would be like hula hooping by themselves, coloring by themselves, anything where they don't notice the children sitting next to them. Next is onlooker play. This is very typical in children and is not something that you should be concerned about. This is when children watch others play. The child who is looking may ask questions, but there is no effort to join the play. Then there is parallel play, and this is when children begin to play side by side with each other without any interaction, although they are paying attention to each other. So they're playing right next to each other, but they're not giving each other roles to play with. They're not really playing with each other, but they realize that they're there. Next, there is associative play. This is when children start asking questions of each other. They have similar goals, but there are no set rules. So they might both be playing music next to each other, but they don't have a goal in mind. They don't have a song that they want to play, and they don't have specific roles. And then finally, this is social play. And this is when children begin to share ideas and toys and follow established rules and guidelines. So this would be if your child starts to play a board game where there's established rules, if they start playing jump rope where there are established rules, anything where they're engaged with the other children around them. As you can see, there are many different types of play that your children might engage in, and every single type is beneficial to their learning. The brain's favorite way to learn is by playing. So if you hear your child talking about playing in the classroom, or even if you see them playing outside the classroom, it's for their own learning. It will help them in every aspect of learning and will help them in the future. So definitely encourage it and know that every type of play is natural for your child to engage in. All right, thank you so much for listening.